All right, it is Monday morning, the morning after week one, the first Sunday of the NFL season. I'm going to share with you some Emeka Egbuka film, the Tampa Bay Bucs, a thrilling comeback win over the Falcons yesterday. And I'm going to tell you why I think you should be betting Egbuka to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Right now, Ashton Jeanty is the favorite in that market. I think he deserves to be the favorite. He scored a touchdown, looked okay in his debut against the Patriots, but I do think game script might prevent him from having those massive statistical games. Really, Geno Smith is going to be the guy relied upon heavily in that Raiders offense, threw for over 360 yards, and I think that is going to be the majority of looks that the Raiders get because we all know how good Jeanty is, and I think defenses will be shading towards him. Cam Ward at 5-1, I think this is name recognition only, being the number one pick. He did not look good in his debut. The Titans, I know it was a tough spot on the road at Denver, but I don't like the supporting cast around Cam Ward, and I just don't think he's going to have this great statistical season. I don't think the Titans are going to win a lot of games, so I just don't think he's going to have enough juice to win this award. Travis Hunter at 9-1. I think, again, this is name recognition only. He played okay in the game against Carolina. He had, I think, 6 catches for 30-ish yards. Had a bunch of targets, didn't have a lot of game-breaking plays. And with him playing both sides of the ball, I just don't know how that experiment is going to work out. And if he struggles on offense, do the Jaguars move him more to defense? Is having to know both sides and prep for both sides going to put a ceiling on what his offensive output could be? Tyler Warren also at 9-1. I think it's really tough for a tight end to win this award, as good as he looked on Sunday and as good as the Colts offense looked. I just think Egbuka right now deserves to be a slightly higher favorite. I'm kicking myself for not betting it at 30-1 over the summer, but all I can do now is react to where the market is. And I think at current prices, I would still bet Egbuka. I did bet Egbuka this morning at 9-1 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But enough yap. Let's go to the film. I'm going to show you 3 plays from Sunday's win over the Falcons. Let me rewind the tape here because let's get to the beginning. So 3 plays from the Bucs win over the Falcons. All 3 plays in the fourth quarter. All 3 plays out of empty formation. All 3 plays had the same route combination. Some might say that the Bucs were setting this play up the entire game. I don't know if that's true. I wasn't in the huddle. I wasn't calling the plays, but I think it's fair to make that assumption. Trips to the bottom of the screen. We're going to see Egbuka there at the bottom, run a deep post. We're going to see Mike Evans in the middle run a deep square in, and we're going to see Sterling Shepard, the slot guy, is going to run an option route. He can either break in or break out. In this particular case, he does break towards the boundary. So free safety here at the snap is going to drop into a single high look, middle of the field closed, and it's pretty much a one-read throw. If the safety drops deep, then the square in route's going to be open. If the safety jumps the square in, then the deep post is going to be open over the middle. So let's see how it plays out. Downset hut. Right there. Now, Baker's already made up his mind. He's not throwing to the side of the field. Why? I don't know. He thinks Cade Otton's going to be wide open here, and he's going to try to throw it to him, but he's not even looking, and the play is going to be incomplete. But see that free safety? By the way, that's Xavier Watts, rookie from Notre Dame, who was all over the field on Sunday. He was a steal in the 3rd round of the draft. He's going to be a big factor on defense for the Falcons this year. Very experienced, very gutty safety. In this particular case, he's going to jump that deep square in route, which means you've got Egbuka one-on-one with a corner, inside leverage, running the grass. Very easy read, in my opinion, if you're reading this from that side of the field. I mean, look at the space Egbuka. I mean, he's got 2 yards of separation on the corner, and he is running to nothing but green. But again, Baker decides to throw to Cade Otton, who wasn't looking, wasn't turned around right, and incomplete pass. But file that away, because later in the fourth quarter, guess what? Trips to the bottom of the screen. Egbuka, deep post. Evans, square in. Shepard, option route. This time, again, Xavier Watts, free safety here, 31, is going to do exactly what he did on the last play. He's going to jump the square in. Right there. Boom. He's got eyes for that deep square in. But Mayfield doesn't care. He's going to throw it anyways. And look how tight this window is. I mean, this is a tight window to throw into. Woo! Evans makes a nice catch. You can see it much better here from the tight, just how snug this window was that Mayfield threw in. I mean, look at that. Not a lot of space for Baker to find, but he managed to fit it in that window. Did a great job of leading Evans downward, right? Because if you just throw it on him, well, maybe that linebacker is going to make the play. If you lead him too much, well, you're leading him right into that linebacker. I mean, this is, again, a really tight window. You have to throw it low to get Evans away from taking a massive hit. And Baker makes, not only does Baker make a nice throw, watch the quarterbacking on this play. You got a wide 9 split here from the Falcons with their defensive end, and he's going to win to the inside. And what that does is it creates a little bit of pressure there from Baker from the right side. But watch Baker instinctually slide to his left to get away from the pressure. This is very good quarterbacking here. Right there, slides to the left, creates enough space, and then throws it really kind of across his body into that really tight window. But Evans makes a really nice catch and sets up the Bucs with first down. All right, here's the game-winning score. Now we're on the near side of the field, which means we flip the formation, right? Trips now to the top of the screen, wide side. Same route combination. Egbuka, deep post. Evans, square in. Shepard on the option route. The difference here is, and I don't know if the Falcons do this every play, but Watts is on the bottom of the screen. Now, Watts was typically on the near side for all of the other plays. The difference was, right, the other plays, the trips were on his side of the field. And I don't know, maybe if the Falcons just keep their safeties stagnant to those sides of the field and they don't switch based off of the formations that they're seeing. But maybe because Watts saw this play, earlier on this drive, maybe he would have jumped the post and not been aggressive on the deep square. But he's not playing free safety here. Here's the free safety, and he's going to jump the deep square in on Evans, which means Egbuka's wide open. And you know what happens next. Pressure doesn't get there. Nice play. Nice throw. Let's watch it again. And let's watch it right there. So Baker's at the top of his drop right now. Still waiting to throw. And that free safety is crashing down hard for the deep square in. And this is just a win up top with Egbuka on the corner. I mean, he's already got a little bit of inside leverage there. And he's just going to break it right over the middle. Boom. Great throw. Great route. Great play. Let's watch it from the tight to hammer this one home. Pressure does not get home. And you could see, it's just such a great, oh crap moment from the safety, right? Right now, the safety's like, oh crap, I jumped the wrong route. No way he's going to get back in time. Good stuff there from the Bucs. Game-winning touchdown for Emeka Egbuka in his first game as a rookie. Not too shabby. If I pulled up some notes from earlier in the summer, I want to read you my analysis of this market from, I believe it was July. Quote, I don't think it's a coincidence the Bucs drafted a receiver in the first round considering the uncertainty surrounding Chris Godwin. From everything I learned, Egbuka is one of the smartest players in this draft, and my gut says he hits the ground running in Tampa. Yeah, I nailed this one. So Baker only had 167 passing yards against the Falcons. He had 67 of them to Egbuka. 4 catches, 67 yards, 2 tuds. Clearly the biggest vertical threat in this passing game with Chris Godwin out for the foreseeable future. It looks like week 5 is the target return for Chris Godwin. I love Mike Evans, but again, a little long in the tooth and probably more of a possession receiver over the middle at this stage of his career. Same thing with Sterling Shepard. Cade Otton didn't have a catch in the game. Bucky Irving had 4 targets, but only 8 receiving yards. Egbuka's the guy on this Bucs offense right now in terms of the most threatening receiver. So I think he's going to have an opportunity over the next 3 weeks with Godwin still out to continue to bolster his case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I would not be shocked if he's the favorite in this market by the time Godwin does return. Here are the next 3 games for the Bucs without Godwin. They're at the Texans Monday night, primetime game, showcase game, and I thought the Houston defense played well against the Rams, against the run. I thought Stafford and Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua had some space in the secondary, so I think Egbuka might have some space as well. Jets and Eagles at home are the next 2 games after that. Didn't love what I saw from the Jets defense against Aaron Rodgers. Didn't love what I saw from the Eagles defense against Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. I think Egbuka is going to have some big opportunities over the next 3 weeks. And I still think, despite the fact that it was 30-1 a few days ago, I still think there is upside in the offensive rookie of the year market to bet Emeka Egbuka. I bet it this morning at 9-1. I recommend you all do the same. And we're all going to be Egbuka fans for the rest of the season as he tries to march towards the offensive rookie of the year. Should be a fun one between the Bucs and the Texans on Monday night. And I hope Egbuka has a great game.